Hey guys, Mr. J here. Welcome back to another Frostborn video. So in today's video, I'm just going to basically explain how the Frail World works and what to expect for the upcoming updates, everything that you need to know, and where to find certain things, what to do, what not to do, what to expect in regards to this Frail World update. You also want to keep in mind that this Frail World update, it's basically the same mechanics here as this is the main account here. So the cyclic server, which is the Frail World server. So every server, in regards to the main server here, let me show you guys here. Well, this is the OBT, but on the official server, you'd see West Europe, North America, you'd see South America, Asia. So all those accounts is merged in the cyclic account. So everyone, everyone will be matched in that server. That's for the Frail World. All right, so I'm just gonna exit this location here, my home camp, and to go to the other world, which is the Frail World, you'd have to go straight to the gates between world, which is right here. So the gates between worlds that connects the Midgard to the Frail World. So once you've entered the gate here, first thing first, you can head straight to the Elder. The reason why, because there's there are traders here over this section here. But first, let me just explain how this works here. All right, so with the trader, you can purchase skills, mounts, emotes, legendary weapons, legendary armor. You can purchase these skins with Ymir spirits, and also you can use coins. You can also use transformational token and Ymir coins. So I'm going to explain how you get each of these coins or currency to basically purchase the skins or weapon that you do like. As you can see here, the trader, as I showed in the past video, everything that the trader has to offer. As I stated before, that this seal here, you can use it to, you can purchase a seal with the Ymir spirit, and you can use the seal to, of course, craft weapons. You could craft bow, melee weapon, and staffs with this in the camp. So the camp that I was speaking about, it's the camp on the map here. I'm just going to show you guys real quick. That would be the clan camp. So you can go straight to the blacksmith within the clan camp. Then you'd see the option of stuff that you could definitely make there. You can also make armors, of course, within the clan camp, which is right here on the map, right here. All right, so another thing to let you guys know, that the Ymir spirits, you'd basically have to farm to get the currency for Ymir spirits. You'd have to farm the, well, I'll touch on that a little bit later because it's a lot of explanation to do, because there's three different ways based off the specialization path that you take. There are three different ways to get Ymir spirits. So I'll definitely touch on that a little bit later here. But let me just click here. And as you can see here, at the different traders here, you can get a bunch of different weapons and armor. So all this you can get here. And if you're wondering how to get the transformational token to get these exclusive skins, what you need to do, right? If you already have this skin, for instance, you could purchase it twice. Once you purchase it twice, then you'll get the option here, which is the transformational token. You get another transformational token once you have a duplicate skin. So any skin that it is, any skin, any emote, if you have it twice, you will get the transformational token instead. So that's used as a currency that you can use to purchase something else that you don't have indeed. If it's a case that you're super rich and have every single skin here, you can just basically just keep saving your transformational token if you have everything. Then you could just purchase, if anything that's new in the next Frail World, because there'd be a lot more Frail World. But further ado here, let's keep going here. So you can, of course, you can use these coins to purchase all this here. The thing is, right, once the season ends, the trader thing here will still be here. Once the Frail World does start, I will recommend to go to the Frail World and make purchases in the Frail World, then at the end of the Frail World, then you could definitely come back here and purchase this. So the reason why I say to purchase the coins over in the Frail World, that's how you'd get Ymir coins. And that's a different topic here. So Ymir coins, you'd get Ymir coins by making purchases in the Frail World. I'll show you guys a little bit before I head over to the Frail World. But once you basically purchase coins here, if you're interested in purchasing coins, you get Ymir coins instead of VIP points. So once you have got enough Ymir points, then you could of course buy any of these items here with the Ymir coins. This is for pay to win players. This shop here specifically is for pay to win players that basically have a lot of Ymir coins that they want to spend. And this is the free to play section, right over here. Yeah, right here. That you do have, I mean, you do get like basically the same weapons and armor here, but you do get difference here with the type of stuff, like the weapon, the crates that you can get here. That's basically you know, a bit lower than the more pay to win section here, but that's basically fine. Just to let you guys know that the skin doesn't do anything to the character. It doesn't give you an advantage or nothing. It just makes your character looks good. So if you're free to play, you don't have to worry about getting all this here. And I mean, you could get these here pretty simple. Like for instance, this is basically new, Oscalar 2. You can get this by using the Ymir Spirits. And as I said before, I will explain how to get Ymir Spirits later on in the video, so definitely stay tuned. So that's it for the trader here, and you know, just basically speak to this and he explains a bunch of different stuff. Another thing that I want to show you guys here before I move on from the trader here is the Ymir blood. So you can get Ymir blood by, if you purchase the premium pass, you will get the Ymir blood. So you can also use that, but there are other free-to-play ways to get the Ymir blood. I'll also explain that later on in today's video. And also this undead skin will require a lot of Ymir blood, which as I said, I would definitely, you know, go ahead and explain that. All right, so moving on. All right, so once you enter in, well, you'd have to speak to the elder and stuff to then the elder basically just explain how the filler works, and you'd have to choose different paths and stuff like that. But let's just enter here, and definitely I'll explain more. All right, so once you enter the Frail World, you'd have to create a new character in the Frail World. And keep in mind that the Frail World is a temporary server. So it's a Frail World. Frail mean weak. So this world is weak and it will eventually die. So the next Frail World, you'd have to start all over again. A lot of people are kind of annoyed at it, but the Frail World is pretty fast to like level up and all that. It takes a lot of work, I'm gonna be honest, but it's doable, and the season around this time should be much easier to do. I'll definitely explain why it is, and of course I'll show you guys here. Let me just re-enter here and explain a little bit more so that you guys understand more about the Frail World and also the rules that occurs within the Frail World once it's available and stuff. All right, so once you enter into the Frail World right here, just to keep in mind that you could definitely transfer Ymir spirits. It's 300, which is daily that you can transfer. Then you could use this nut right here and get an extra bonus. So if you transfer 300, then you'll get, you know, an extra bonus, 30% bonus to your daily transfer, and that would basically give you additional spirits while doing a transfer. Also to keep in mind that if you're participating in the tournament, you don't want to transfer your spirits, because if you do transfer your spirits, then you'd lose progress within your tournament. But I'm going to touch on that a little bit more. All right, so there are 3 different paths, and I've gotten a lot of comments asking what's the best path to take. But before I even go to the path, there's a tab beside the book right here. All right, so that's the rating. If you guys are familiar with not sure if you're really new, but you should be familiar with the raid button here. Beside the raid, there's a book, which is the Immortal Path. Beside the Remote path, that's the season. So this window here in the Frail World, you can get access to the tournament, battle pass, and the shop that you can make purchases. Also touch on the shop here, so definitely stay tuned. But within the battle pass here, you could get the boost level plus 50, 1 to 50 of course, and up to 100. Once you unlock that, of course, you'd have to pay extra here if you're interested in the season pass here or the premium. But for free-to-play players, the rewards are also good. You're not, you are missing out on a good amount. The obviously the pay-to-win section here, which is the premium pass, it does give extra, which it's fine, I guess. But the free-to-play section is actually pretty good. You get basic stuff here at the start, like you get the Ymir Spirits, so that's another way to get Ymir Spirits. And you also get weapons here. And also keep in mind that every single item in the every single item that you get in the premium, in the battle pass overall, even the free-to-play section, every single item does get transferred to your main account, so that's good. That was not in the past Frail World, so I must thank the devs for doing that. So everything is valuable to do, because I mean, in the past Frail World, you weren't able to transfer all your stuff to the main account, which was kind of annoying because it's just gonna go to waste because the Frail World will die at the end of the season here. But yeah, everything does transfer over to the main account here, which we have pretty much good rewards here, as I did touch on that in my past video. And you know, you get silvers and all that, and legendary weapons, armor. This sword is pretty good. The Richer sword, I actually really love it, and it works a lot. It works well with the new class here. At the end of the season, you receive the class here, which is the Huskler level 2. That class is it's good. It's pretty good. It has a lot of skills. I think it's five, like 5 skills. Yeah, correct. It's 5 skills. It's pretty good. And for free-to-play players, you also get 50 coins. Definitely save your coins, as I stress enough for free-to-play players. Save your coins so that you could purchase the repair table. The repair table is pretty good to have. It gives you extra boost in the game so that you can repair stuff and not waste silvers to repair your items in your popular district. Also, you want to keep in mind here that we also get not a lot, but like, you know, you get Ymir Blood here for free-to-play players. I think that's not the only place. You do also get it at 83 and 71 and 62 and so on. So you do get a good amount of the Ymir Blood, but I don't think for the free-to-play section you will get enough Ymir Blood. So in this pass here, because there's other way you can get Ymir Blood, but from the pass here, the battle pass, you won't get enough Ymir Blood to purchase that wolf skin if you do want that one. But hey, let's just move on here. All right, so there are 3 different paths that you can take. It's the Gatherer's path, you have the Craftsman's path, and you have the Adventurer's path. A lot of people were asking, what's the best path to take? All right, so the best path to take is the Gatherer's path. For the starters, for beginner player, the best path is the Gatherer's path, because the missions are pretty easy here. I also want to touch more on this here. I might do that in another video, but the best path for now would be the Gatherer's path. And also, you want to keep in mind here, in regards to the season, how you get season points, you'd have to do these missions here. So for instance, I clicked the Gatherer's path, and for each missions here, I'd get 25 points. It says here, mine 20 Ymir flesh from deposit. So where you go to get Ymir flesh from deposits, that would be in the yellow zone. You can also go to the red zone. And I think there should be like compass locations where you can go to get more Ymir flesh. That's also another thing that's in the Frail World here. But in regards to each missions here, it's pretty simple and easy and quite direct. The Gatherer's path is the more easier and fastest way to get season points. 100%, it's the fastest way. But you could use the Adventurers and the Craftsman path. The thing is, with the Adventurers and Craftsman path, you equally get the same amount of season points, 25 season points for each task for each of each path. Let me just give you guys a quick tip here in regards to the zones. So for the zones, when you're mining the mirror flesh, you'd have to go in. For instance, if you go to the yellow zone, there'd be something like a storm. I don't remember exactly what the name is, but it's a thing where, as you can see here, once this timer runs out, which you're safe, it's in white here. The timer is in white. Once it runs out, it would be in red. You can still enter in the zone, but you'll take a good amount of damage. But you'd have to go to the middle so that you can basically warm up. It's kind of similar to the northern zone, how that works. But you can still survive in the zone, but it will take like a lot more energy. In regards to food and water, of course, it will take a lot more. Which is not wise to like use so much in the Frail World since you have limited resources. Also, another tip, a side tip, is that the Frail World, the runes don't work in the Frail World, and another thing to keep in mind that it's still pay to win. It can still become pay to win because a lot of people will purchase stuff. So for in the trader section here, you could purchase the class. Just keep in mind, once you do purchase the class here, it will help you to improve in the season, but it will not be transferred over to your main account. It would only help with this season here, only in the Frail World. It won't be transferred over to the main account. So just keep that in mind. So this would basically help you with your tournament, help you with PvP, and help you to advance further in these zones. And different, I'm gonna speak a little bit more here, but different sections here, specializations, you're able to get access to these here. For each of these specialization here, you get different stuff here. Just to keep in mind that, for instance, this here, it's pretty cheap, right? You could use the mirror flesh, as I said before. You'd have to mine deposits. If you're wondering what is deposit, it's just there are rocks in the zone that are circled with red. I'll make a more detailed video when I'm showing you guys physically how to do the season here, but I just want to cover and explain how the Frail World works, how everything basically works here. So when you get the Ymir flesh, you can use the Ymir flesh to buy resources for building the manor. So basically once you buy this for 20 Ymir flesh, if you're at district level 1, this will basically fill the cart for the carrier for your district. And of course, you can also use the craftsman skill points. You can use the craftsman skill points to make purchases in the different stores here. But of course, some of them are currently locked. I think the way that you do unlock this here, as it's saying here, available on the 3rd week of the Frail World. So we'd have to wait whenever it is unlocked. It gives like a specific time here when it will be available. All right, so in regards to the tournament, you have different tournaments, like you have the Gatherers tournament, you have the Craftsman tournament, and you have the Adventurers tournament. So what you need to know is that once you've chosen your specialized path, if you chose the Gatherers path, the way that you get Ymir spirits is from mining deposits. Let me show you guys here. This is basically the tutorial, so you can go definitely right here. So for the Gatherer's Path, you'd have to mine these stones here, the deposits, all over Midgard, in the Frail World, of course. So you go here, you get the Tainted Ymir flesh, then you use the Tainted Ymir flesh within the smelter and purify the Tainted Ymir flesh into Ymir flesh. Once you have Ymir flesh, then you use the extractor at your camp to obtain Ymir spirits. So the extractor can only be accessed by the gatherer. So if you're not in the gatherer's path, you won't be able to gain access to the extractor. So different path, the gatherer, the craftsman, and the adventurer, they all have different ways, unique ways in getting Ymir spirits. So for I think this is the adventure here. Yeah. For the adventure, of course, you'd have to first craft the siege equipments. Then you'd have to go to the Betrayer's Stronghold. Then you have to kill and open chests to get Ymir spirits. So you'd have to kill betrayers or other players because it's a PvP zone, which is it's much harder to be an adventure. So that's why I will recommend to be a gatherer at the start of the season so that you can complete the season. I mean, you could just do gatherer, to be honest, to the whole season. That's the most easiest path to do. But if you want a little bit more challenge, of course, you can go gatherers. But that's how you get Ymir spirits for the adventurer. So the adventurer gets Ymir spirits different from the gatherer, and the craftsman gets the Ymir spirits different, way different from the gatherer and adventurer. So the craftsman, this is how you basically get, if you go down this specialization, this is how you get Ymir spirits. So first, what you could do, you could craft yourself any weapons, right? So once you craft any weapons in the crafting menu right here, once you craft the weapons, you can, well, there are three different ways, right? Crafting weapons and opening chests in any zone or in Odin's. Once you open all those chests, which is a little bit more difficult. Once you have all your weapons and armor, just go straight to King Sigurd right here, and you'd have to give King Sigurd your weapons and armor, and then you'll get in exchange. But once you give King Sigurd here your weapons and armor, then you'll get your spirits. And each path are all unique. So the gatherers can do certain things that the craftsmen cannot do. The craftsmen can do certain things that the adventurer cannot do. So you want to also keep that in mind. All right, so once you open the tab here, as I said before, the tab which is the battle pass, this is how you gain access to the different shops and to the tournament. In regards to the tournament here, once you get, because I already showed you how to get the Ymir spirits, already explained how to get the Ymir spirits. So once you get the Ymir spirits here, once you get 400 and reach this point, then you'll get yourself the ice bow, and you'll also get the Ymir blood. Once you go past that to 120, you'll get the fireball, and then you'll get 3 Ymir blood. If you're curious in if it works for all 3 paths, it does. It's the same thing for all 3 paths here. So it's the same thing. And then once you reach 160, then you'll get the gatherer's points. So with the gatherer's points, you could use in the shop right here to make purchases of any of these items in the Frail World. Also, you want to keep in mind that you'd also get 10 Ymir bloods. And you want to also keep in mind that the gatherer's tournament, adventurers tournament, and the craftsman tournament, it only lasts for a week. I mean, the tournament itself lasts for a week, then you get your resources, your rewards, then another tournament will be started in the next week. So what you can do if you're a gatherer, if you're interested in doing this, but I'm also advise you later. I mean, I'm gonna advise you on what to expect and the pros and cons to this that I'm gonna explain. All right, so if you're a gatherer, then you can just use the extractor to get the Ymir spirits. Once you have the Ymir spirits, you level up. You hit the 160 mark. Maybe you're in first place, for instance. If you're in first place, then you'll get points, which are the champion points, which places you in the monthly tournament. But if you change, because keep in mind, you could change at any point, you can change your specialization. You could change your craftsman path and the adventure path. But also keep in mind, if you do change your path, there is a cooldown, a 24-hour cooldown to when you change to a different path. You want to also keep that in mind. But if you do change your path from, say for instance, you change from gatherers to craftsmen, what will happen is that you will reset your weekly progress, and you'd also reset your monthly progress. So that's the downfall. In regards to your monthly progress here would be the champion points. So you'd basically lose your champion points for the because you got it from the gatherers. So you're in basically here the gatherers tournament for the monthly task. So you can just basically do gatherers as a beginner player from day 1 to the end of the Frail World, then you're good. You might even get a chance to get one of these Ymir charms here, the Power of Earth charm, which are pretty powerful. I'm gonna be honest, so it's definitely worth it to get. I mean, the yellow, the yellow one here, the legendary, it's definitely way better to get, and also you'd get this here, which is the Champion Wing. It's a back skin that you could wear. It has a nice super special effect that is pretty good. You also do get the wyvern here, the spotted wyvern. It's similar to the other wyverns, but the skin is, different, of course. And you do get Ymir blood, which, as I said before, early on in the video, that you could use Ymir blood to make purchases of different skins or mounts that you like and want. All right, so in regards to, as I said before, just keep that in mind. I want to stress that enough, that if you do change your path from any specialization here, your weekly and monthly tournament will be started over. The reason why your weekly progress will be started over if you go to a craftsman, because you're already in the gatherers tournament. So if you change over to the craftsman, then you'll be in the craftsman league. If you change over to the adventure, same thing for the adventure. All right, so also some rules that I want to, let you guys to keep in mind for the Frail World. I want to also keep in mind that the Frail World truce, there's a truce that will be in the main world until the death of the Frail World. So you won't get raided by other players. You don't have to worry about going on to the main account at all. You don't have to go into your main account to worry about getting raided. You don't have to worry about any shield or anything. There's a truce, so no one can raid during this time. No one could raid you offline during this time. Another rule that I want to let you guys know is that equipments cannot be repaired in the Frail World. So there's no option in the Frail World to, of course, repair equipments here. So another tip that I want to also let you guys know, you want to also keep in mind that the equipments may require a certain character level. Otherwise, it cannot be used. And you also want to keep in mind that the mercenaries marks gives you item but no experience. And also to advise you guys, something that I kind of did miss right here. So just to give you guys like a quick recap of what I said before, that the gatherers, you'd have to use the extractor to get your spirits. For the craftsman, you'd have to basically go to King Sigurd right here, give him the weapons that or armor that you crafted or that you found in the chest to get your Ymir spirits. And for the adventurer, you have to open the chest within the adventurer's camp. That's how you get your Ymir spirits. And then you could use those Ymir spirits. And earlier on in the game, I did state that you could buy with the Ymir spirits, legendary armor, weapons, emotes. You can also buy skins. So that's how you buy your skins with the Ymir spirits. If you change path, you won't start a new tournament. What will happen? You're gonna basically reset your tournament for the current weekly and also for the monthly tournament. So as I said before, if you do change your path, you will reset the weekly and the monthly tournament. So I would suggest that you start with the gatherers. The second week you could change over to the adventurer or craftsman, but that's just going to reset your monthly progress here in case you want to get any of these here, the yellow wing, red wing, or blue wing, which is a skin. It's not really helpful that much, but you do get the Ymir, the Alpha Ymir, the Thunder Ymir charm, I should say, Thunder charm, Earth charm, and you want to get these because these are very helpful in PvP. I'm gonna touch some more on these, charms and also show you guys PvP and how it works. And I will make another video on how the Huskar, how that class basically works and how it fights in PvP. It's a pretty good class, I'm gonna be honest. My experience with it so far, I don't think it's the best PvP class, but it's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. The classes and the skills are pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. And once you do collect your rewards here from the battle pass, as I said before, you'd get every single reward that you do collect from the tournament, as you can see here, and from the battle pass. They will be automatically sent straight to your main account. So it says expect delivery. So it might take like maybe a minute or two for you to be reach over to your main account. But yeah, and for, as I said before, for each of these resources here, for from level 1 up to level 40, I should have touched on that a little bit earlier, but from level 1 to level 40, the resources here for building your district, it stops at 40. So if you for instance, you buy one of this here, it only fills your current district. So if you're at level 1 and if you give the carrier this package here, it will just complete the district for you. So it will just fill with all the resources that you need for that district. If you're at level 10 and you do give the carrier this, then you will be able to upgrade your district, because this automatically fills only that one level, like level 10. It only fills level 10. Then you'd get a new task for level 11. Then you'd have to do the same thing here, farm the Ymir flesh in the zone from the deposits. Well, just to let you guys know that for the Ymir flesh, the adventurer, well, all the different paths, the adventurer, the craftsman, and the gatherer, all of them are both able to farm Ymir flesh from the deposits, but only for the extractor here, only the gatherers are able to use the extractor, of course. And for this one here, it's up to 66. So each of these different supplies here, they give you up to a specific level here. So this gives up to level 40, this gives up to level 66, and this gives up to level 96. So that's how it would work with the carrier. Alright guys, that would be it for today's video. Really do appreciate y'all for the continual support. You could definitely leave in the comment section what you think about the Frail World. Will you be doing the Frail World? Will you not be doing the Frail World? Do you like this update? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, you could join the Discord server, link in the description below. Really do appreciate y'all, and peace.